This is the brand new launched Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. It's very hard to say. And launch day, Legion Go S. This is the Steam edition, so it's going to run good because it's SteamOS, not Windows. From my witnessing of hardware unboxed, AMD generally is doing quite well, so it does have good drivers. This is the game here on, I played the intro, I'm not far obviously, on what they call in the settings, handheld medium settings. So there's handheld medium. And you can see we're not able to get 30, so I'm going to turn it down or turn on some scaling, but I mean, it's not awful. I played the whole intro like this. Okay, so you can see here we're at 1200p native screen resolution, no scaling yet, and we are on what they call handheld medium. So let's just go down to handheld low. I just want to see what the difference is here with native. Reload the game world to apply the option. Sure, okay, try that. And then it gave us medium as a preset, and I mean it was looking pretty good and running okay for no scaling. So we'll just see here what the difference is. Okay, so now it's on low, handheld low versus handheld medium. It is giving us an extra 3 or 4 FPS. Honestly, it looks exactly the same. I could probably pixel hunt and find a difference, but yeah, I don't see a difference. So I'm going to suggest maybe you just go with handheld medium or handheld low, because it's now taking us up like 5 FPS, and it looks to me it looks exactly the same. So depending, I mean, it was dropping down during ship combat, but it wasn't causing me to not be able to play.
Together on this. Come on, mate. We're off to a bad start.
Okay, let's come back here. We're going to throw on a little bit of scaling. See how that does for us. I'm pretty happy to see that it's going to do 1200p around 30 just straight up, no scaling. So FSR. Let's try balanced. We're not going to have dynamic resolution scaling or frame gen. Let's see what this scaling does for us. Yeah, huge jump in performance. So balanced scaling, it does look a little soft, and there's a little bit of shimmer up there, but it's doubling the FPS. Yeah, see there's a little weirdness up there? But I mean, it's doubling the FPS. Okay, let's try turning the scaling down. So we have it on, but we'll just turn it down. We can also just turn down the resolution if it's going to be weird. But let's try that. We can also try XeSS. Okay, so quality, it's still a big jump over no scaling, but there's that weirdness over there. Again, it's off in the water, but maybe it won't be as bad over here. I mean, still giving us 45 FPS with quality. Obviously very playable at 45 FPS. So let's turn that now, XeSS up. Generally speaking, until these chips get FSR 4, and until games, of course, have FSR 4, but especially these chips, until they get FSR 4, I'm not going to use FSR, I'm going to use XeSS. And see how much that weirdness is gone? So well, that's a big jump in performance. So XeSS balance is where it's at here. It looks very stable now. I don't see any weirdness. Pixels look great. Everything's look great. Yeah, I mean, XeSS is just better tech than FSR 3 by a mile, and very playable now. So don't use FSR 4. Sorry, don't use FSR, because it's not FSR 4 and on these handhelds. So just use XeSS. Just trust me. It's noticeably better. Okay, now we'll try some scaling. Now that we have a good experience with 60 FPS, come down here. So watch that up there. It's a little hard to see, unfortunately, but it's SteamOS, it is what it is. So we're at 65. Bring that down. Go back up again. 63. It's averaging about 63. So 1 FPS loss, if even. Yeah, probably about 1. It's bouncing around a little bit more, but it's almost the same. With that 5 watt decrease, let's go down even further. We've lost 3 FPS, going down 25% watts. So again, it's very rare for me to ever play on anything at 40. It's going to get quieter, of course, as a result. So 30 is significantly better, in my opinion. Go down to 25. On 25, we're still very close to 60. We've only lost 5 total FPS, going down almost half the number of watts. So that's very good. Come down even further, down to 20 now. Wow, it's still going to run that fast. Let's just... Yeah, we're still going to get... I mean, we are down 9 or 10 FPS from the total that we were getting before, but we're also running at half the watts. 54 FPS. Yeah, this is going to run really well on this handheld. Just use XeSS, basically. How about 15 watts? Even 15 watts is going to give us 45? All right, let's come down a little further. I mean, it's doing very well. Let's try 12. Yeah, 12 is, it starts to drop off. So 15 is your like low spot. But that's very good. Let's play for a minute like this. We'll play for 15, for a minute on 15 watts, and then we'll throw it back up to like 30, 35 where it was peaking. Yeah, 30. I mean, it's giving us like a 40 type experience. This is not bad. For 15 watts, you're on a plane or you're traveling. And like, yeah, 15 watts, that's going to give you, I mean, this thing doesn't have the biggest battery, but still, it's going to give you quite good. And it give us an idea of how the Z1E on SteamOS will run in general. Some further draw distances there. Yeah, it's not bad. Let's turn it up now. Back to, I don't want to do too much of just one thing, so we'll go back here. We'll go to 30, which is a good sweet spot. It didn't really lose any performance. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here. Come down. I'm going to turn it up. So leave that. We're going to leave that unbalanced. That's all going to be the same. Maybe we'll do a mix here. We'll turn the textures up. And we'll turn the character quality up. So very low there, very low there, and everything else was on the preset. So let's try that. That's kind of a decent mix, a compromised mix, which is typically how I play games. I don't just use presets. Okay, so this is that handheld medium, but I turned up a couple of those presets, a couple of the settings, textures and character model, just so it maybe looks a little better. 30 watts with scaling, no frame gen. It's very good. Like, this is very playable. 60, almost 60 FPS. This is excellent.
It's 100 leagues or more to Havana. Will you walk that distance?
All right, it's running really well. Let's try some frame gen just to see, because people might be curious about it. If we have almost 60 FPS, I'm not going to have any problems with frame gen, especially in a game that's not a competitive shooter. Where are you, frame gen? Frame gen. Doesn't matter. XeSS, Intel, doesn't make a difference. So there you go. Frame gen on. So now we have balanced scaling, which was giving us about 60. Those mixed settings, and a little bit of frame gen on top. I don't think you really need the frame gen, but you certainly can. Just to go up there. He seems so like assassin-like. I wonder if he's going to become an assassin later. I don't know. I've never played this game, but that seems like a story beat if I ever heard one. And look at the frame time. Like, it's quite good. Very, very smooth. So despite the fact that we have frame gen on, that was an unrealistic jump. Despite the fact that we have frame gen on and, you know, we're using scaling, all that kind of stuff, settings turned up a bit, it's not getting bad lows. We're not getting huge drops here. Also, who's this guy talking to? I don't know where the other guy went. Anyway, so there you go. If you have a Z1E handheld, RAM, by the way, on SteamOS is under 16. So if you have a Legion Go 1 or an ROG Ally 1, throw on SteamOS, and you'll have no problems with that 16 gigabytes. It's running amazing. You'll get essentially the same performance as this. Of course, if you have a handheld like this with 32, you're not going to worry about it regardless. But this is going to give you that extra. Steam is going to give you that extra boost in performance and bring down the RAM usage, so that even the 16 gigabyte systems are going to run well. SteamOS is going to keep those handhelds alive, the Legion Go 1 and ROG Ally 1. So there you go. More stuff to test. Very good. Impressed with this. This is happy. I'll probably end up playing it quite a bit on this a little later.